Hello everyone and welcome to Retail Archaeology. In this episode we're going to take a look at a couple of stores, Walmart and Target, and specifically I want to look at the areas where they sell music, movies, and video games. Let's start off by taking a look at Target. A little over a year ago I did a video covering Best Buy and I talked about how they were going to be pulling all of the Blu-rays and DVDs out of their stores, and I also showed that their music selection and their video game selection had gotten really small. At the time, that seemed like an important indicator of where we're at in the lifespan of physical media, and I've started to notice some things at Target as well that I feel like are important to point out. And we'll start in the video games here. This is the Xbox section, and I'm sure you've noticed there's a bunch of blank spots in the display, but when you look behind the non-blank spots, there's not even any games behind these display cases. So I'm guessing just the display copies are the only ones that are left for sale here. Here's the Nintendo section, and it's really nice to see a fully functioning demo unit. But things like this are one of the reasons that I wanted to film all of this, because I don't know how much longer there's going to be big video game displays like this in stores like Target and Best Buy and Walmart. The Nintendo Switch is obviously a very popular console, but you can see that they've got a lot of blank spaces in the display here as well, and there's not a lot of copies behind the display copies that are there. I have always loved the pole dancing Mario on the modern Nintendo retail displays. I'm curious to see how Nintendo handles the launch of their next console and if they put, elaborate full demo units like this out, because it seems like stores like Target aren't as interested in stocking physical games anymore. It's really starting to feel like the push to all digital distribution for video games is really accelerating now. Something you can't distribute digitally is the hardware though, like controllers, so we might just have one little shelf like this for Nintendo stuff in the future. Now let's take a look at the Sony display, and they also have a working demo unit, but there are hardly any PlayStation games here. That is a lot of blank spots in the display. This is definitely the worst stock section of the big three video game consoles. It almost seems like they're not interested in carrying Sony PlayStation stuff at all anymore with the way they're restocking this. As far as I know, Target hasn't made any official announcements on how they're going to handle physical media for video games in the future, but they have made an official announcement about DVDs and Blu-rays, so let's go take a look at the movie section. And what you're looking at here is pretty much the extent of the Blu-rays and DVDs that are left in this Target location. Target did recently announce that they are going to pull out all of the Blu-rays and DVDs out of their stores and only carry Blu-rays and DVDs during the holiday season or when like a new release of a major blockbuster comes out. But this is it, and it's one of the saddest displays I've ever seen in a Target. And I love this, anime and anime-inspired titles. Look at all that anime, like the Flintstones and Madagascar and Shrek. And somebody dumped their empty Wetzel's Pretzels bag. Maybe that's another indicator that the death of physical media, at least for movies, is very near. I remember when there was two huge aisles of DVDs and Blu-rays at Target, and now this is it, just one little square shelf and then a little end cap here. The music selection is pretty small as well. Walmart did recently stop carrying CDs for the most part, and right now the only CDs that they have at this location in stock are the Taylor Swift discography, basically. So if you're looking for anything besides Taylor Swift on CD, you're probably not going to find it at Target. It's interesting to see that there's far more records in their music section than CDs. Target giving up on physical media could definitely be a nail in the coffin for it. Now that we've seen how sad the selection is at Target, let's go take a look at Walmart and how they're handling physical media for music, movies, and video games. Here is the movie section at Walmart, and I have to say I was pleasantly surprised when I saw this. I haven't been over in the electronics department in a Walmart in a long time, and I did not realize that they still had this decent of a selection of Blu-rays and DVDs. It looks like Walmart hasn't given up on physical media yet, at least for movies. There is a wide variety of things here, from older movies to new releases, and This looks like what I would expect the movie selection at Best Buy to look like, down to having a copy of Beavis and Butthead: The Complete Collection. I love that there's even big monitors showing what the new releases are that they have for sale. This whole area just feels like a late 90s, early 2000s movie retail display. It's really nice to see. Now, the music selection is not nearly as large. They've got a handful of vinyl records, and they also do have CDs, and they have stuff besides Taylor Swift. I did notice they have a lot of soundtracks on record here. But yeah, down here are the CDs, and yep, definitely a lot more than Taylor Swift. Not a huge selection, but at least there's some classics here. Now that I'm watching this footage again, I am kind of annoyed because I meant to come back and grab this CD. There's a pretty great track list on here. This would have been great to have in the truck. I'm annoyed I didn't go back and grab it. Walmart might end up becoming the go-to place to get Blu-rays and DVDs. I found another shelf with some discount DVDs on it, and when I saw this, I got kind of sad for a second because I thought that meant that if the discount movies are right here, that means they must have gotten rid of the bins that they used to have in the middle of the aisle with like the $5 DVDs, but they actually still have those as well, and we'll take a look at those in a minute. But the clearance movies then bleeds over into kind of a discount video game section. You can see there's a mix of PlayStation and Nintendo stuff here. And then I also like to go see if they still sell these old PC games at Walmart whenever I'm here, and they still do. I'm not even sure if anybody carries physical PC games anymore besides Walmart. Now here's the Nintendo section, and they do have the demo kiosk, but it looks like it's either broken or turned off, but you can see it's a pretty small section. There's some more games on the other side of the aisle. And there's some blank spaces there as well, but they do seem to have more stock than Target did. Overall, the video game sections for the big three consoles do feel more compact in Walmart. Here's the Xbox section, and this section is interesting because Walmart did recently announce that soon they will no longer carry physical Xbox games. They haven't been 100% clear as to why they're singling Xbox out, but I believe it has something to do with the digital-only version of the console and Walmart not liking the idea of a digital-only console. I think they do still plan on carrying Xbox hardware, so it'll be weird to see Xbox hardware for sale but no games. Now here's the Sony PlayStation section, and you can see it's, again, got a couple of blank spots, but it's much better stocked than the Target PlayStation stuff was. There might be more PlayStation games in this clearance section here than there were in the entire Target store we looked at. I do think sooner than later, the only way to purchase a video game in a store will be to buy one of these cardboard cards with a download code on it, which is pretty sad. I'm gonna miss physical games. I think we'll all miss DVDs and Blu-rays when they eventually go away as well. The streaming services suck, and they're constantly pulling things down. What are your thoughts on physical media, though? Do you think its time is almost up? It feels like it is to me, and I think it's something that a lot of people aren't going to miss until it's gone. As always, everyone, thanks for watching. Oh, actually, one more quick thing, because this was just announced 2 days ago while I was finishing working on this video. All of the Redbox kiosks are shutting down. Its parent company, Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment, which, that's weird, I didn't know that Redbox was owned by the Chicken Soup for the Soul people, recently filed for bankruptcy, and they've just converted it to a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, so they're shutting down and liquidating Redbox. So I think that's another nail in the coffin for DVDs and Blu-rays, unfortunately. Now this was filmed the evening after they made that announcement. It looked like the machine was still working, so I just wanted to kind of capture some footage of the whole renting a movie at Redbox experience. I didn't actually rent the movie though, because I wasn't going to run my card through a failing company's credit card machine. Okay, now the video's done. Thanks for watching, everyone. Want to see your name here? Head on over to patreon.com/Retail Archaeology to find out how you can help support the channel. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my video on what seems to me like the impending death of physical media. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and also make sure to follow the social media links down there because that's the best way to keep up with what's going on with the Retail Archaeology channel.